to reach for mobile water. Mobile water, unique in every way.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Updates you on all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
Citi News.
It's midday. Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to the Citi Prime News. We're coming to you live from our studios at number 11, Dr. Martin Loop in Adabraka, Accra. My name is Adjuatin Krama Domina. Coming up, Ghana Tertiary Education Committee, GTEC, seeks financial clearance for employment of 2,500 more teachers into colleges of education as negotiations with CTAC drags. We hear from CTAC this afternoon, which has described the development as unfortunate.
I think it's very unfortunate. And if the government is going to pay those 1,000 tutors or teachers they are recruiting, why don't they add that money to the little money that they are paying already paying the teachers, so that the teachers can go back to the classroom and teach?
Also coming up, National Democratic Congress threatens demonstration over delays in release of provisional voters registered by the Electoral Commission.
4 days to exhibition, you are not giving us register. We are telling them, that's why we are calling on the general public. If the EC doesn't give us the register today, we will storm there. We will mobilize our people, storm the office of the Electoral Commission. They must give us the register. It is within the law, the CI.
Still in the bulletin, concerned youth of Hope protest against worsening state of Youth Resource Center as they give the government up to November to address their concerns.
This petition is a humble request to ensure that the Volta Regional Youth Resource Center is operationalized now.
And later, Public Administration and State Interest Committee of Parliament raises alarm over proliferation of substandard master's programs at Ghana's universities.
We have all our public universities, including the traditional ones, suddenly using weekend and evening courses as revenue sources.
Stay with us for details of these and more stories coming your way in the next 30 minutes. Remember, the bulletin is live on YouTube on Citi 97.3 FM. Across the globe, you're live on citinewsroom.com. And across the country, we're live on a number of affiliates. If you're in the Western region, this is Premier 100.5 FM in Takrade, Beach 105.5 FM in Takrade. In the Bunu region, J Live 95.5 FM in Sunyang. In the Ashanti region, Orange 107.9 FM in Kumasi. In the Volta region, this is Global 105.1 FM in Ho, Adanu 107.7 FM in Adakluwaya. In the Northern region, Diamond 93.7 FM in Tamale. In Upper West, Westlink 88.1 FM in Laura. In Upper East, Source 100.1 FM in Boko. And if you're in the Northeast region, this is Scarp 101.3 FM. Please stay for details.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Updates you on all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
We're grateful for your time this afternoon. Let's begin with education. And the Ghana Tertiary Education Commission, GTEC, has announced that it is currently seeking financial clearance from the Ministry of Education for the recruitment of some 2,500 teachers. This comes as the Commission works to resolve the ongoing impasse between the Colleges of Education Teachers Association of Ghana and the government over their concerns. CTAG is currently on strike protesting the government's delay in implementing the National Labour Commission's arbitral award orders and agreed upon service conditions. The strike has resulted in the suspension of academic activities at various colleges of education for nearly 2 months now. Now, in a statement issued by the Commission and signed by its Director General Ahmed Jinapo Abdullah, GTEC disclosed that while significant progress is being made to address concerns, the Commission is also pursuing financial clearance to recruit additional teaching staff. There's more in this statement read to you by Kennedy Chumesi.
In terms of the top-up when it comes to the book and research allowance, we are happy to announce that payment.
I will bring you excerpts of that statement now, but GTEC essentially is asking the Ministry of Education to give clearance for it to employ some 2,500 teachers while it works to resolve the ongoing impasse. We do know that teachers have gone on strike in the various colleges of education and academic activities have been ground to a halt. So far, we do not know what the progress on this particular issue is, but this morning GTEC says it wants to employ more teachers. But CTEC has also been responding. Let's hear what CTEC has to say.
In terms of the top-up when it comes to the book and research allowance, we are happy to announce that payment has been done. They are supposed to process it on their gift miss. And not just that, this year's book and research allowance, the first part of about 199 million has been submitted to Ministry of Finance by GTEC, and we hope that payment is going to be done as quickly as possible. 2, when it comes to the issue of all year round,
we apologize, that's a wrong insert, but we'll return back to this particular story. Now, let's bring you the some youth in the Volta region who are protesting the current state of the Youth Resource Center. So the youth and sports enthusiasts in the Volta region are giving the government of Ghana until November to complete the Volta Regional Youth Resource Center and to rehabilitate the deteriorating Ho Sports Stadium. Concerned youth who took to the street of Ho to voice their demands emphasized that the condition of the Ho Sports Stadium is worsening due to the pressure from numerous sporting events. In a petition presented to the president through the regional minister, Foster Osei, the convener of the Volta Sports Crusaders, highlighted that the delay in completing this project is hindering sports development in the region.
This petition is a humble request to use your good office to ensure that the Volta Regional Youth Resource Center is operationalized now. Amen. We are heeding to the call of the president to be citizens and not spectators. Our information is that the Youth Resource Center project was commenced on the 22nd March 2018. The project was to be completed in 9 months, which did not materialize. Finally, the project got some level of completion ahead of the 66th Independence Day celebration in 2023. It was the hope of the youth that the project will be completed and handed over for use, but more than 1 year down the lane, the facility is left unattended to. Sir, the taxpayers' money is flowing down the drain. The Volta Regional Youth Resource Center at Adapru, which was mooted as a laudable initiative to aid youth and sport development in Volta region, has become a mirage.
So you have a convener of a group calling itself the Volta Sports Crusaders. He's Foster Osei. Let's bring you some other stories. The Food and Drugs Authority has announced that it has approved and issued a permit for the distribution of hemophilia medication. Earlier this week, some parents of hemophilia patients at the Komfanochi Teaching Hospital expressed frustration over the shortage of necessary drugs for treatment. Now, the Ghana Hemophilia Society noted that delays in the FDA's registration process for these medications could put lives at risk. In an interview with Citi News, the Director of Tobacco and Substances Abuse at the FDA, Dr. Olivia Ajukumwa-Boateng, explained that the registration process is essential to ensure the safety and efficacy of the drugs being distributed.
FDA acknowledges all the efforts of all stakeholders in the healthcare delivery system to ensure public health and safety for all conditions, especially critical conditions like hemophilia. Over the years, we have a long, good standing relationship with the Hemophilia Society of Ghana. We've been processing their permits for clearance with an expedited, whenever it comes, we do it promptly. And as I speak to you, the permits that's in question has even been processed and approval granted. So I'm sure in due course the products will be released to them. So these processes are there to ensure that you are protected. That before this, the last user would use it, a regulator have done due diligence on it. But for these critical products, a lot of the processes are even waived. Like I mentioned, it is an expedited action that we normally take on these things. So I'm not sure there are processes or the delays are intentional. Nobody will unduly delay because we know the importance of our processes being fast to ensure that products are available for critical conditions.
That's Dr. Olivia Ejekumwa-Boateng. She's Director of Tobacco and Substances Abuse at the Food and Drugs Authority. Now, let's return to our story on the Ghana Tertiary Education Commission, GTEC, announcing that it is currently seeking financial clearance from the Ministry of Education for the recruitment of some 2,500 teachers. Now, this comes as the Commission works to resolve the ongoing impasse with the Colleges of Education Teachers Association of Ghana. Here are excerpts of a statement released by the Commission.
Request on the need for the closure of the 46 Colleges of Education due to the strike by the Colleges of Education Teachers Association of Ghana, CITAG. The Commission, as of today, has not reached such a conclusion, neither has it been directed by the Minister of Education to do same. As a result, all of the colleges of education should stay open until further notice. In the meantime, the Commission is in serious talks with the Minister of Education for financial clearance to be granted to GTEC to recruit some 2,500 teaching staff to augment the current load for academic work to commence as quickly as possible while we work with CITAG to resolve their concerns.
So you heard excerpts of a statement released by the Ghana Tertiary Education Commission on the recruitment of some more teachers to the Colleges of Education. Well, we've been getting a response from the Vice Chairman of the Colleges of Education Teachers Association of Ghana, Asem Dake Humphrey.
I think it's very unfortunate. It's unfortunate because I think that the tech, being the supervisory body, the tertiary institutions in the country should rather be calling for government to look at our conditions of service so that tertiary education will be improved in the country. So those 2,000 people that tech is saying they are going to recruit, is the government going to pay them or they are coming to teach for free? And if the government is going to pay those 2,000 tutors or teachers they are recruiting, why don't they add that money to the little money that they are paying already paying the teachers, so that the teachers can go back to their classroom and teach? So I don't see any reason what they have decided to do.
So that's the Vice Chairman of the Colleges of Education Teachers Association of Ghana, Asem Dake Humphrey. Let's stay on issues of education, and the Public Administration and State Interest Committee of Parliament has expressed concern over the proliferation of substandard master's program being offered by universities in the country. The committee alleges that tertiary institutions are running weekend and evening courses with the same duration as full-time programs solely as a profit-making venture, thereby compromising the quality of master's education in the country. Now, addressing journalists, the chairman of the committee, Dr. Kwabena Donko, urged the Ghana Tertiary Education Commission to take swift action and address the disturbing trend.
The increasing number of substandard master's programs being run by our universities. Best practice elsewhere is that if a full-time program has a duration of 1 year, a part-time program will be 2 years. Increasingly, we're seeing the growth of weekend courses, the growth of evening courses with the same duration as full-time courses. There is no way a weekend program will have the same consistency and quality as a full-time program if you compress that into the same time frame. By Act 1023, the Ghana Tertiary Education Commission has responsibility to accredit universities, to accredit programs, and also to ensure the quality of programs. Their responsibilities include liaising with industry to develop curricula that meets the need of industry. Unfortunately, the Ghana Tertiary Education Commission has gone to sleep on the job. We have all our public universities, including the traditional ones, suddenly using weekend and evening courses as revenue sources.
That's Dr. Kwabena Donkor. He's chairman of the Public Administration and State Interest Committee of Parliament. This is a Citi Prime News. When we return, National Democratic Congress threatened demonstration over delays in release of provisional voters register by the Electoral Commission. We have details of that and other stories shortly. Please stay with us.
Citi News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
The grand finale of the Literacy Challenge 2024 is here. Congratulations to our top 10 finalists. But the big question is, who out of our top 10 wins the ultimate prize of 10,000 Ghana cedis, the Glitzy Trophy, and the bragging rights as the Literacy Challenge winner for 2024? Support your favorite student, support your school, and let's promote literacy in Ghana. Tune in live to Channel 1 TV for the grand finale on Saturday, 17th August 2024 at 12 noon. Call 0205-973-973 for more details. The Literacy Challenge 2024 is powered by Citi FM, supported by Channel 1 TV, and is sponsored by Ghana National Gas Company, Alive Soap. Feel fresh, feel alive. From the House of Wilma Africa Limited. Fortune spread for bread. Yummy, delicious, always on point. Another quality product from Wilma Africa Limited. Ruby Biscuits by M4 Foods and Prospectus Ghana Limited. Your one-stop shop for all school items.
Join us on this exciting journey as a new chapter begins on Sunday, 18th August 2024, under the distinguished patronage of the chairman of the New Patriotic Party, the flag bearer and presidential candidate, Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, and his running mate, Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh. The NPP unveils the bold solutions to today's challenges. Tune in to your favorite TV channel and radio station and join us as we show the path to a brighter tomorrow. All roads lead to Secondary Takoradi on Sunday, August 18th at 1 p.m.
Channel 1 TV is live on DSTV, GoTV, and HD+. On DSTV, find us on Channel 363. On GoTV, we're on Channel 117. And on HD+, get us on Channel 108. On a digital TV, run a new search. But take note that without an antenna, you cannot access Channel 1 TV. Channel 1 TV can be accessed on any free-to-air digital box, like the DSTV and HD+ boxes. Channel 1 TV, telling your story, empowering change.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Updates you on all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
You're welcome back to the news. Let's do some politics. Now, the National Democratic Congress, the NDC, is threatening to stage demonstrations against the Electoral Commission over the delayed release of the Provisional Voters Register for the upcoming December polls. This follows the NDC's demand for the EC to promptly release a provisional register for the December 7 elections ahead of the exhibition exercise. According to the party, the EC had promised to deliver the register to the political parties by Friday, August 16, which is today, but when the party visited the EC head office, they were turned away. In an interview with Citi News, the Deputy IT Director of the National Democratic Congress, Rashid Tanko Computer, expressed frustration at the delay and hinted at mobilizing Ghanaians to protest at the EC's office.
We went there this morning for the register as they indicated, because they told us that we should come today Friday for the register. We went there and only to be told that they are not ready. The register is not ready as of now, and that we should go. Anytime they are ready, they will call us back for the register. This is grossly unfair. Meanwhile, we have the intelligence that they've already printed the 2024 register. That includes the 2020-2023 register. And they are only adding up the mop-up one for them, for the regions. So what is stopping them from giving us the register? That's one thing we don't understand. And then so we are calling on the general public to be on the EC. They must release the register now. You have just 4 days to exhibition, and you can't release the register to a major political party like the NDC. 4 days to exhibition, you are not giving us register. We are telling them, that's why we are calling on the general public. If the EC doesn't give us the register today, we will storm there. They must give us the register. It is within the law, the CI.
That's the Deputy IT Director of the National Democratic Congress, Rashid Tanko Computer. Now still on politics, a political science lecturer at the University of Cape Coast, Dr. Jonathan Asante-Okyere, has questioned the rationale of signing a peace pact ahead of the polls without putting in place concrete measures to actually ensure peace. Now, National Chairman of the Opposition National Democratic Congress, Johnson Esiedu Nketia, had questioned the importance of a peace pact, arguing there should be rather concrete measures to ensure peace during the elections. Listing instances including the death of some persons in Techiman South during the 2020 elections, Dr. Asante-Okyere in a Citi News interview argued that such acts without any justice causes political parties to doubt the importance of a peace pact. Now, he adds that this should be a wake-up call to the National Peace Council and other election-related bodies to demand and ensure fairness in the electoral process.
It is quite unfortunate that after 2020 election, we have 8 people claimed to be dead, to have been shot and they've been killed extrajudicially. And the GBA, Ghana Bar Association, has been silent on that. When a similar thing happened to their fellows, they have been martyred. So are we suggesting that these people are less of humans? The Peace Council ought to have called on the president to institute an investigative commission to find out as to what actually happened, so that if there is a need for compensation, it is given. If there is a need for others to be punished, they ought to be punished. Now, such impunity has gone without anything of that nature being instituted. I don't think that anybody in his right sense will say that, well, I'm still going to look on and then undertake this so that whatever happens, well, it is business as usual. That, for me, is a call. It's a wake-up call, you see, on the Peace Council and other institutions that matter when it comes to peaceful elections. So I'm not foreseeing that they may not want to sign, but they want, or the chairman will want to see concrete measures.
Dr. Jonathan Asante-Okyere is a political science lecturer with the University of Cape Coast. Will stay with the NDC because his flag bearer, John Mahama, has announced that his next administration will undertake a comprehensive audit of the Keta port to assess the progress made under the NPP and then determine the way forward. Speaking during a media engagement in Ho as part of his campaign tour of the Volta region, John Mahama stressed the importance of conducting a thorough needs assessment before establishing a new port between Tema Harbour and Port of Lome, which are both major ports. Mahama highlighted the need to avoid the mistakes made with the Buankra Inland Port to ensure that the project does not become underutilized.
Let's see the feasibility study. Every project starts with a feasibility study. And so if you say you've done the feasibility study, let us all look at it and see what is in the feasibility study. That is the first step. And then once we take that first step, then we go to the next step. But this government has turned the whole thing on its head. They have a port director, they have land cruisers, they've employed staff, they are paying them when you have only 2 containers standing on the land and a signboard. And so we would reprioritize it. One, I want to become president, and one of the first things I'll ask for is, show me the feasibility study for the Keta port. And when we have seen the feasibility study, we will let you see it yourselves. And then based on that, we can take it from there. If there must be a port, there must be a specialized port for something. Because you have Tema, you have Lome. And so if you're having an intermediate port, is it going to handle the same cargoes that Lome and Tema are handling? So those are all things that we need to look at. And when we have looked at it, then we can determine how we move forward. And so they should stop playing politics with it. Let us see the feasibility study. Let us see the design of the port. And when we have seen that, we can move forward.
That's NDC flag bearer John Mahama speaking there. Well, let's move to the governing New Patriotic Party because the party's running mate, Dr. Matthew Opoku-Prempeh, has been campaigning in the Ashanti region for the past few days. He began with an interaction with constituents in Mesia South, where he served as MP for the past 16 years. Dr. Opoku-Prempeh used the opportunity to urge his constituents to support his successor. The following report has more.
On Thursday, Dr. Matthew Opoku-Prempeh and his team campaigned in the Asante Achim South, Asante Achim Central, and Bosume Freho constituencies. He was accompanied by the party's chairman in the Ashanti region, Bernard Mchibo-Siakon, Asante Central Member of Parliament Kennedy Japan, and other party stalwarts in the region. At an engagement with constituents in Asante Achim South, Kennedy Japan urged Ghanaians to vote for the NPP based on its achievements, including the free SHS policy.
Ghanaian youth must appreciate the performance of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and Dr. Bawumia and support the NPP win 2024.
The Ashanti Regional Chairman of the party highlighted Dr. Matthew Opoku-Prempeh's significant role in implementing the free SHS policy.
Dr. Matthew Opoku-Prempeh was put in charge to implement the free senior high school policy, and he delivered.
For the party's running mate, John Mahama's performance in the education sector and other sectors as president is sufficient reason to vote against him.
President, we can say on your audition. Opa school, Opa Jai. Bewa. Oya Jumana, 3 years. Obetia Terebas. No, look at it. And now someone charging mobile phone to do it. Can you have ground your day?
There was a president who did not care whether Ghanaians go to school or not. He was not paying workers regularly. He plunged the country into energy crisis. Schools did not have basic materials like chalk. He then referred to himself as a dead goat. Why then should we bother to resurrect him?
That's NPP running mate Dr. Matthew Opoku-Prempeh ending that report filed by Citi News' Hansen Ajiman. Well, news coming in is that the campaign team has suspended its activities ahead of the launch of the New Patriotic Party's manifesto on Sunday. The New Patriotic Party is set to unveil its possible manifesto in Takoradi with a focus on job creation and fostering an enabling environment for the private sector. Now, Dr. Matthew Opoku-Prempeh, who has been campaigning in the region, has paused this campaign tour to prepare for the upcoming event. According to sources close to the campaign team, Dr. Opoku-Prempeh is currently in the Greater Accra region to participate in National Council and National Executive Committee meetings. Now, the Peasant Farmers Association of Ghana has expressed skepticism on the promise by President Akufo-Addo to deal with a prolonged drought, which is adversely impacting the agricultural sector in the northern part of the country. They highlight the need for more consistent and effective agricultural interventions to sustain farming communities in the country. Dr. Charles Nyaba is president of the association.
We need to move away from just doing something because you promise people to do something for them. If they constructed over 500 dams, are those dams being used? Are they being served the purpose for which they were constructed? Your representatives across the three northern regions, let them try to look at the one dam and see whether they are performing any purpose. Most of the dams were poorly constructed. Others were constructed on the highlands, not waterways. So majority of them, over 90%, are not in use. So if those dams were actually serving the purpose, the current crisis that we are all crying about would have been minimized. One typical example is with the Polgo multipurpose dam. He promised that when he's voted into power, it will be one of
You heard Dr. Charles Nyaba. He's president of the Peasant Farmers Association of Ghana. Before we go, the grand finale of the Literacy Challenge 2024, organized by Citi FM and Channel 1 TV, is set to take place tomorrow, August 17, 2024, at 12 noon at the Ridge Arena at Alisa Hotel in Accra. This year's top 10 contestants will compete in a quiz competition, with the winner taking home 10,000 Ghana cedis, a trophy, and the bragging right. You can watch the live event on Channel 1 TV, so be sure to tune in as these brilliant minds battle it out for the ultimate prize. The Literacy Challenge 2024 is proudly powered by Citi FM with support from Channel 1 TV and is sponsored by Ghana National Gas Company, a live soap, Fortune Spread by Bread by Woma Africa Limited, Weeby Biscuits by M4 Foods and Prospectus Ghana Limited. And that does it for today's edition of the Citi Prime News, which has been live from our studios in Adabraka, Accra. For more stories, please log on to citinewsroom.com. My name is Ajuatin Kramadomna. Thank you for your company and enjoy your weekend.
Citi News, we speak first. Reach our hotline on 0302-224959 and get interactive on Facebook, Citi 97.3 FM, and on Twitter at Citi 973.
Citi 97.3. More variety.